This is the Giants Postcast, your instant game reaction for the San Francisco Giants, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Yo, what's up, everyone, and welcome back to the Locked On Giants Postcast. I'm your host, Eric Triple E. Engel. You may know me as the former producer for the Murph and Mac Morning Show on KMBR, or maybe from some of these other Locked On Postcasts we do. And today, the Giants, man, they fall again to the Dodgers at Chavez Ravine. Robbie Ray gets shelled for 5 runs, in his second consecutive start. And back-to-back blasts from Ohtani and Mookie Betts in the 5th inning gave the Dodgers all the firepower they needed to beat the San Francisco Giants. As offensive struggles continue to plague the orange and black. And with the loss, the Giants fall to 4 games back in the National League wildcard race. They're cooked. Their hopes are completely gone at this point. We'll break it all down. But first, I want to thank all of you for watching us on the Locked On Giants YouTube channel. Please, 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 if you aren't already subscribed, hit that subscribe button right now. Thanks also for listening on the Locked On Giants podcast feed. However you're tuning in, we appreciate it. Make sure to check out the Locked On Giants Daily Show for more in-depth coverage. My guy, Alan Stiles, does a great job. And Donnie Drizzle is right on it. 1, 2, 3 Cancun, man. That's where the Giants are at right now, man. Like, start planning your winter trips to warmer spots if you're on the San Francisco Giants. If you're, it's I don't know what you're still hanging on for. If you still think this team has playoff hopes, you're going to be sorely disappointed in a couple days, because this Giants team, you look at the schedule ahead. I mean, they're going to, with what, 8 games left to play, 9 games left to play, they're going to need an absolute miracle. They got 8 games left to play after today. So, I mean, you're 4 games back with 8 to play. It's mathematically possible, but it's so improbable. You're going to need so many teams above the Giants to just absolutely tank. The Reds are going to have to fall apart. The Cardinals are going to have to fall apart, and the Mets are going to have to fall apart. And the Giants are pretty much going to have to win out from this point. So it's just not going to happen. And this one started off good. Again, the Giants have been kind of turned it around in their first inning scoring in recent months, or at least recent weeks. The first inning was a problem all season long until these last couple of weeks, and all of a sudden the Giants start just hitting bombs in that first inning. And today, no different for them. Elliot Ramos, first inning off Clayton Kershaw, trying to spoil Clayton Kershaw's last ever regular season start, coming at Dodger Stadium against the Giants. Very fitting. And Elliot Ramos right away gives us a glimpse of September/October Kershaw. He takes them deep in that first inning, which was good to see. I'm glad that the Giants didn't roll over and die for Clayton Kershaw tonight. I'm glad that they were able to get him out of the game before he was able to record the win, and just kind of play spoiler to that. Like, if there's one thing that you can glean from tonight at all, which is just like, I don't know what a moral victory is getting you at this point. Sure as hell isn't giving me a whole lot, but that's one, I guess, moral victory you can kind of point to, is that the Giants spoiled Kershaw's night a little bit. They did hang 2 runs on him. He did strike out 6, but he walked 4, gone in 4 1/3 innings. He was all right tonight, but just didn't have the same stamina. I mean, guy's 100 years old. Of course, he's not going to have the same stamina, but man, I was so exhausted watching this game on Apple TV. Just the amount of Dodger glazing was unreal, man. Like, it's supposed to be a national broadcast, right? Like, there's supposed to be some semblance of like fair and equal journalism. And I know they're going to pour it on for the home team in those situations, but my God, I mean, you would think that the Dodgers were playing an exhibition game against the Dodgers. The way that they covered this game, it was completely absurd. And the amount of interviews that they had in the stands about like the Matt Stafford thing, it was too much, man. For a national broadcast where half of the fans tuning in is going to, or maybe not half, but a very large portion of the fans tuning in is going to be, the opposing team. Like, what better way to turn off a large portion of your national audience when you're trying to watch a game like this, because it just made it insufferable for me. It was just like a Dodger love fest. And I'm sure that plenty of other Giants fans are trying to watch this game and just enjoy the rivalry for what it's worth. And it just ruins it, man. Totally ruins it. Terrible broadcast by Apple TV. I keep wanting to get on board because their technical skills in that broadcast are very beautiful. Like, their cameras are much better than any other national broadcast or NBC Sports Bay Areas. and just the creativity with their shots and their analytics, I think, are really good. Like all the technical stuff, but the broadcast itself is just insufferable. And of course, it's really difficult to find. And we don't need any more different ways to watch a baseball game. We already have 1,000 of them, though. So it's frustrating, man. Just a frustrating night overall, all aspects of it. And that's very much in line with what I've been saying damn near every single show. I think I've said that for the last, 2 weeks about almost every single Giants game. Frustrating game. And that's what it was again today. I mean, you lose again. That's 2 in a row that you've dropped now. And you had the 1 win against the Diamondbacks. And since then, you haven't won since last Friday against the Dodgers. It's just very, very, very frustrating game for the Giants. And against the Dodgers all season long, they only have 3 wins, which ultimately after this one is what I think you're going to be talking about.
This is what you'll be talking about.
Yeah, I mean, just 3 wins versus the Dodgers all season. Their fewest in a single season is 4. So, I mean, they'll have 2 more chances to tie the worst they've ever done against the Dodgers. And they did that a few times, 2024, 2022, 2020, 1979, and 1977. So they've had a 4-win season against the Dodgers plenty of times before. But 3 wins would be a new territory, a new low for the Giants. And again, if you're wondering why this team isn't going to be a playoff team, look at their record against the Dodgers, the Padres, and the Diamondbacks. It's not good. It's horrible. And if you want to go to the playoffs, you got to beat the teams in your division. It's pretty simple as far as that goes. And the Giants just didn't do that this year. And overall, they entered today having lost 8 of their last 12. So now 9 of their last 13. Just horrible. Coming into today, it was a minus 11 run differential over those previous 12 games. And you lose today by 5. I mean, it's just horrible. Watching the Giants just limp to the finish. It was kind of cool to see them have that resurgent moment in the end of August, beginning of September, but it's completely gone now. Any semblance of momentum that they might have gained is just completely gone, just disappeared, gone into a million pieces, just evaporated into the atmosphere. So hopefully before the end of the season, we can see a little bit more playing time for guys like Bryce Eldridge, for guys like Luis Matos, for guys like Casey Schmidt. I just want to see all the young kids who are maybe going to make next year's team get some opportunities. I mean, bring up Tyler Fitzgerald. Who cares? Get the kid some run. Let's do some funny stuff and see who can stick for next season, and just give the guys some opportunity to play. If I would, I'm not going to shut down Logan Webb because I don't think Webby would be okay with that. But I think you shut down Robbie Ray, man. I mean, looking at what he's doing in his last couple starts, he's been. I mean, I think the arm's going to fall off of his body. So we'll get into that next on the Locked On Giants postcast. Today's show is brought to you by Zippix. Zippix toothpicks. Whether you're looking for nicotine satisfaction or an energy boost, Zippix has you covered with their nicotine and caffeine-infused toothpicks. For nicotine users, Zippix provides a discreet way to satisfy cravings and the hand-to-mouth habit without vaping or smoking. Zippix can be a helpful tool as you work to reduce your dependence on vaping. Available in 6 great flavors with 2 milligram and 3 milligram nicotine options. And if you need energy without the crash, their caffeine toothpicks are a game changer. I really enjoy the caffeine toothpicks, and I've used them before big meetings and long drives. They give me energy without those jitters, and the flavors like peppermint, watermelon, ice actually taste great. Go to zippixtoothpicks.com, use code LOCKEDON for 10% off your first order. It must be 21 or older. Warning, nicotine is an addictive chemical. That's zippixtoothpicks.com, promo code LOCKEDON. Zip more, smoke less with Zippix toothpicks. And today's show is also brought to you by PrizePicks, the daily fantasy app where making the right call can actually pay off. You and I make decisions every day, but on PrizePicks, being right means cashing in. With football back, PrizePicks is the simplest and fastest way to get in on the action. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player projections, and you can turn your takes into real prizes, all in less than 60 seconds. And if you didn't already waste that Patrick Mahomes free play with combining it with something on Thursday, you can still get in on that Patrick Mahomes half passing yard. And there's a lot of different plays that you can pair that with this weekend. There's a ton of them that I'm thinking, but ultimately, if I'm getting a Christian McCaffrey more than half a touchdown, I'm going with that because I think his utilization is going to be off the charts this week. So I'm pairing that Patrick Mahomes half passing yard with more than a half passing yard with a more than half a touchdown for Christian McCaffrey. Download the PrizePicks app today and use code LOCKEDONMLB to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code LOCKEDONMLB for $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks, it's good to be right. And today's show is also brought to you by 5-Hour Energy. Caffeine just got a flavor upgrade. 5-Hour Energy shots deliver tasty caffeine in 17 bold flavors. Each 2-ounce shot packs the caffeine of a premium 12-ounce cup of coffee, plus B vitamins and nutrients with 0 sugar and 0 crashes. What I love most is how portable they are. Big taste, tiny shot. You can take it anywhere and get that boost when you need it. And that's so convenient for me because I am so incredibly busy all the damn time. I work like 4 different jobs and I do a lot in my personal life. So I need a lot of caffeine, man. I am tired all the time. And 5-Hour Energy is the thing that gets me through it. It's so convenient. You never got to wait in line at the coffee shop. It's just right in your pocket and it tastes great. Enough with boring, flavorless caffeine. It's time to give your caffeine a flavor upgrade with 5-Hour Energy shots. Get the favorites you love or be bold and try something new in store and online at www.5hourenergy.com or Amazon today. Welcome back to the Locked On Giants postcast. I'm your host, Eric Triple E Engel, and today the Giants just can't get it done again against the Dodgers. And this is the story of the entire season, man. They have only 3 wins against the Dodgers all year. And Robbie Ray, we got to get into Robbie Ray, man, because he had a horrible day on the mound again. He was good in the beginning and just completely fell apart there in the 5th. Let's get into it. Today's turning point, which came in that 5th inning.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
And it was a tie, or Giants were up by 2 runs, actually, going into the bottom of that, or up by 1 run. God, man. Giants up by 1, 2-1 score going into the bottom of that 5th inning. And it just all unraveled, all completely unraveled. And it took 2 swings of the bat, really. I mean, didn't help that Andy Pages had that single. Didn't help that Robbie Ray walked Kike Hernandez right after that. And then Shohei Ohtani smashes his 52nd home run of the season. That 3-run jack just kind of broke the back of Robbie Ray a little bit. And Mookie Betts comes up immediately, launches another home run of his own on the very first pitch of the next at bat. And it was a four-seam fastball, just right absolutely down the middle, serving it up like a meatball at Original Joe's Cafe. And man, 405 feet, 100 miles an hour off the bat to center field for Mookie Betts, his 20th of the season. And it must be nice to have 2 superstars in the middle of the lineup right like that you can just constantly rely on. Even Mookie Betts in a bad year is batting .260 with 20 bombs. How would that play in San Francisco, man? That would be, he'd have damn near the best batting average on the entire team. In fact, he would have the best batting average on the entire team of anyone who started today if Mookie Betts was on the Giants. Just an incredible plethora of wealth that the Dodgers have in the middle of this batting order. I mean, Ohtani, Betts, Teoscar Hernandez, Freddie Freeman, the list goes on and on and on. It is just so frustrating watching this team parade all-star after all-star after all-star to the plate. And I don't know how you're supposed to beat that, man. I really don't. I mean, I don't know how you're supposed to overcome a team just like buying every single player that you can possibly go out and buy. It's frustrating, man. And the Giants, it's not like they're the only team in this situation, but it feels like they just don't even have a shot with some of these free agents, man. I want them to be a big player, but they've shown time and time again that they're not going to throw their weight around like the Dodgers do, like the Yankees do, and it's frustrating. But you know, you do get some action, some moves in San Francisco where they try and, make some trades, some creative pickups. And one of those creative trades that they made was for Robbie Ray. And he's had a great year, man, but his month of September, absolutely abysmal for Robbie Ray. Aside from today, before today's game, came into this one with the ERA this month of 7.24. And it went up after today's game. Very, very, very bad month of September. The month of August, he started to show some signs, ERA north of 4 in the month of August after it had been around 3.5 for the prior 2 months. And, it's a long way from what he did in May with the 1.38 ERA. And the main difference is home runs. He's given up a ton of home runs lately and in the second half of the season in general, and he's just given up a lot of hard contact. He's walking a bunch of guys, and again, the same things that have plagued Robbie Ray all through the second half of the season plagued him today. I mean, he didn't walk a ton of guys, only walked 2, but just getting hit around and leaving balls in the middle of the plate. It just does not look like he's got that same kind of command of his fastball, at least at those same velocities that he had it at earlier this year. He's not getting those high cheddar strikeouts as often as he was. He's struggling. And this guy, I mean, if you're 4 games back with 8 to go, I don't think Robbie Ray needs to start another game this year, man. Like, let the guy's arm stay attached to his body. Don't force him to go have another Tommy John surgery in the offseason. This is his longest season that he's pitched post Tommy John surgery. This guy looks like he's just completely falling apart out there. So find somebody else to start a game other than Robbie Ray at his next turn through the rotation. I don't care what you got to do. Go get Mason Black for a game. I mean, figure it out, man. Like anything but Robbie Ray again, because he doesn't have it right now, and he's going to keep getting shelled. That's just where we're at with the Giants. And offensively, we got to talk about it a little bit. Just so frustrated with this team offensively that I kind of just don't want to, man. Like I know that's my job here on the show, but it's so frustrating to watch this team continuously fail in opportunities. 2 for 10 with runners in scoring position, 10 runners left on base, or excuse me, 2 for 12 with runners in scoring position, even worse, and 10 runners left on base. So I don't know how you win a baseball game when you leave that many opportunities on the table. It's a game about learning how to deal with failure, right? Like even the best baseball teams, the best hitters in the entire sports history still only succeed like a third of the time, right? And it's a game about learning to deal with these failures and adjusting to them and overcoming them. And the Giants can't do that, man. The Giants fail and they fail again and they fail again, and it snowballs and it mounts and it piles on this team, and they don't know how to deal with that failure. They seem like they don't know how to switch into that next pitch mentality. They go by these peaks and valleys all season long. And it's so frustrating, man. With the loss, they're 76 and 78, and I don't know if they can finish 500. I don't know if I see 6 wins in the last 8 for these Giants. I just don't. It's going to be really tough for them to do. Maybe they can hit the 81 win mark, which would make a lot of bettors happy. Whoever took them the over on the 80.5 win total for the Giants this season is like me, praying for 5 more wins this season. And even that's kind of a long shot. You got 2 more against the Dodgers, and then you got 3 against the Cardinals, 3 against the Rockies. Unless they sweep the Rockies and they win that series against the Cardinals, it's going to be pretty close, man. So we'll see what happens with the Giants down the stretch. But ultimately, this team is cooked. No playoff chance pretty much anymore. I know they're not mathematically eliminated yet, but you go to FanGraphs and tell me what the playoff percent prediction is. What, like less than 1% at this point? Probably. It's they're done. You can the fat lady's starting to sing. She's not even warming up anymore. Like the curtains have opened and she's standing center stage and she's clearing the throat, getting ready to let it go. So the Giants season ends in LA essentially, and that's just the worst way to watch it go, man. The Dodgers ending the Giants season is just a poetic kind of pain that I am so tired of feeling. I want this team to get better, and I hope that next season they do improve. They have a lot of work to do. It's all the time that we got for you guys here on the Locked On Giants postcast. I'm your host, Eric Triple E Engel. We'll be coming to you live tomorrow when the Giants take on the Dodgers in Game 3 of this 4-game set down there in LA. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Peace.